Do you crave exciting sports takes and news? Fed up with the same old boring voices you hear on the radio? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you just might be a TBloomaholic. Lucky for you, it's time for another episode of the TBloom Talk Show, the #1 sports podcast in the world. Settle in, my TBloomanites, because another episode starts right now. Live from TBloom headquarters, here's your host, TBloom.
And we're trucking on through the playoffs. Yes, sir. It's TBloom, your host with another official TBloom Talk Show podcast. You know what we're getting into today. Nothing else but the NBA playoffs. And my God, what a night it was last night. And as you guys know exactly why I'm a little bit of an excitement. I can't hold it back from you guys. A little excited about what transpired. We'll get into all that nonsense later. You guys know what I'm talking about. Phoenix Suns game. Phoenix Suns won. Yeah, today we're going to go over what happened last night with the NBA playoffs. We're going to go over what's going to happen tonight in the NBA playoffs, as of course I'll give you my predictions as I usually do. And then we're going to go over, I think we're at a point in the NBA playoff season where we can kind of look at the stat leaders in the playoffs. I think we've had enough games. There's been enough, we've seen enough play to where we can start looking at the stats and it can actually kind of mean something. I think that'll be fun. But first come, first serve. We have to start off with what happened last night with the games. We'll go ahead and start it off with the Atlanta Hawks versus the Miami Heat. Ooh, excuse me. Atlanta Hawks versus the Miami Heat. Miami wins 97-94. They would take the series 4-1. Miami advancing to play, I'm pretty sure, the winner. Oh, no. Shit. Sorry, guys. I got to look this up for sure. I'm pretty sure it's the winner of, I think they play the Celtics, to be honest with you. Let me look this up. Yeah, no, they don't. They play the winner of Philly and Toronto, which will probably be Philly, I think. So they move on, advance to the second round of the playoffs. Good for them. Congratulations, Jimmy Butler. Just dominating. Take a look at what happened last night. DeAndre Hunter for the Hawks got 35 points, which is remarkable. John Collins, he only had 7 points. But Trae Young with an abysmal 11 points. And if you guys seen the end of that game, the Hawks had a chance to tie it up. They had the ball. They took 2 timeouts. So they had plenty of time to drop a inbound play. I think there was like 9 seconds left. They drew up an inbound play. Whatever happened, they threw it to a guy in the corner whose name wasn't Trae Young. He got trapped and never even got the shot up, and the Miami Heat would go on to win 97-94. It was kind of pathetic, if you ask me. You got 2 timeouts. You can't even come up with a play to get Trae Young the ball. Trae Young should have been shooting that shot guaranteed, and he doesn't even touch the ball. That's bad coaching. I don't know what went wrong there, but nonetheless, they just really did not have anything going for him unless their name was DeAndre Hunter. On the other side of the ball, Miami Heat, you had Max Struss getting 15 points. Bam Adebayo, 20 points. Victor Oladipo, 23 points. Tyler Hero put in 16. Fucking Jimmy Butler didn't even play this game. I didn't even realize that. Jimmy Butler wasn't even on the floor. And the Miami Heat beat the Atlanta Hawks. Wow. The Atlanta Hawks really went downhill this year. That's how their season ends. I wonder how it all plays out for them. If Atlanta can draw in a big name guy. Maybe we should do that. Maybe next time on next Monday, I'll come up with some free agents that can potentially go to Atlanta and a couple other teams. Because Trae Young needs another guy. Or is Trae Young even the guy? That's a question we got to start asking ourselves too. Is he that guy? We know he's a guy. Guy's a bucket. But is he that guy? I don't know. Next game we'll go over. We'll just get it out of the way right now. New Orleans Pelicans versus the Phoenix Suns. They came in this game 2-2, tied up series. All the momentum was on the Pelican side. Hold on for a second. All the momentum was on the Pelican side, and the Suns would come in to their home stadium and really handled the whole game. They were up 10 most of the game. Final score 112-97. And it was a valiant effort by everyone on the Phoenix Suns. It was a little scary going into it because Jamison Crowder and Cameron Payne both got into foul trouble. I think they had 4 fouls going into halftime. So it's a little scary there, but it never came to a point where we really needed them on the floor like that. They never eventually fouled out, so thankful there. But it's a little scary going in there. We'll go over some stats. Mikhail Bridges was pretty much the star of the show. He came out and showed that maybe he does have potential to take that next step and become an elite player. He had 31 points, was 4 for 4 from 3-point range, 12 for 17 overall from the field, and made all his free throws. You got to love that. Only had 1 turnover, 4 blocks. Guy was all over the place. Chris Paul had. Did he really? No. Oh, yeah, there it is. Chris Paul had 22 points, 11 assists, only 1 turnover. He did have 2 backcourt violations on him that were caused by fucking Jose. How do you say his name? Jose Alvarado. That guy. I hate that. I'll probably never like that guy because of what he's doing to Chris Paul in this series. I hate it. If you guys seen this game, at the end of the second quarter, going into halftime, Jose was just pressing Chris Paul up the floor for about 5 minutes straight. Once that clock hit 0 for the second quarter to be done to go into half, Chris Paul was hands on his knees, just huffing and puffing, gasping for any kind of oxygen he could get. And yeah, Jose was putting a real freaking nuisance on Chris Paul's gas tank. That's another reason why I want to get out of this series. I want to just take it in New Orleans. And I hope we fucking do because there's a lot of miles going on Chris Paul's legs. Anyway, Cameron Payne had 12. He found his stroke. He went 2 for 3 from 3-point range. And the Suns were rocking. And when the Suns are rocking, if you're a Pelican, don't come a knocking, baby. They would win it 112-97. Moving on to the most exciting game out of all these, I think. And I only caught the last 3 minutes of it. But the Memphis Grizzlies versus the Minnesota Timberwolves was probably the most exciting 3 minutes I've seen in an NBA playoff game this whole year. 111, 109, Memphis Grizzlies would win it. If you guys haven't, I would very much recommend you to go look up these games highlights. Ja Morant did the most crazy dunk over, I don't even want to say his name. I don't even know who it is. I won't even put him out there on blast like that by looking him up. I'm telling y'all. But this man, this is what a poster looks like. It looked like something you'd see in a 2K game at the My Park. It was unreal. So yeah, go look up that highlight. If anything, I promise you will not be disappointed. What happened though? Ja Morant pretty much won the game. He had the game-winning layup. I'm pretty sure to go up 1 if I'm not mistaken. Or to go up 2. They were tied 109-109 and Ja Morant hit the game-winning layup with 1 second left, I think, and then it just wound it out. So the Memphis Grizzlies would go on to win it. Anthony Edwards, he put up 22 points for the Timberwolves. Karl Anthony Towns, 28 points. D'Angelo Russell, just 12 points. I mean, these Minnesota Timberwolves are scary. I am so glad. I am so fucking glad we did not have to play these guys instead of the New Orleans Pelicans. I thought we had it bad going against New Orleans because they had Brandon Ingram and CJ McCollum. But these Minnesota Timberwolves, I didn't even realize it till today. They're the number 1 scoring offense in the league throughout the NBA season. And the Memphis Grizzlies are number 2. They just have dummy scores. And they had a chance to put a real fucking burden on the Memphis Grizzlies to go up 3-2. Instead, they're down 3-2, going back to Minnesota. Going to be a crazy game. This is probably one of the most exciting series that's happening in this whole NBA playoff shit. Um, all right, let's take a look at what's going on tonight. That's all what happened last night. We'll move on right here. We got the Bulls versus the Milwaukee Bucks. And the Milwaukee Bucks are probably going to win. I mean, let's just look at some of the disparities in terms of the stats between the two. Milwaukee's averaging 108 points this series. Chicago's only averaging 94. Milwaukee's averaging 52 rebounds this series. Chicago's only averaging 45.8. So I guess you can call it 46, but that's still 6 more boards every game. They're pretty even in assists, 23 to 22. Milwaukee with the lead on that. Steals, they got more steals. They got 1.3 more steals than Milwaukee. That ain't going to do shit because Milwaukee's got 2 more blocks per game than them. Milwaukee actually averages 3 more turnovers per game, too. Huh. Interesting. But the Bulls, they're only shooting 28% from 3. That ain't going to cut it. Milwaukee shoots 66% from free throw range. The Bulls shoot 86. That's wild. That is fucking wild. Yep, this is going on tonight at 7:30 p.m. And yeah, the Milwaukee Bucks are probably going to take this one, guys. I wouldn't tune in. Even if I didn't work tonight, I'd probably have it on maybe in the background. Maybe peeking in on it every once in a while, but I don't see Giannis messing around in this game. I see him taking the Bulls out, shipping them out, taking them down, saying sayonara, go back to Michael Jordan town. Yeah, that's coming on at 7:30 p.m. Next game, the Denver Nuggets versus the Golden State Warriors. Kind of the same thing, guys. I mean, you could try and hype yourself up like, oh, I mean, Nikola Jokic, the former MVP, might be 2-time in a row MVP. He's not going to go out light against the. He is. He is, and he will. The Stephen Curry led Golden State Warriors that have been playing this whole NBA playoffs are the best team in the league. And it hurts me to say it. They're the best fucking team in the league the way they've been playing these NBA playoffs. They've shut out Jokic. Everyone on their fucking team can score. Everyone on their team can score. Jordan Poole's throwing up threes like no other, like he's playing in my park in 2K. Stephen Curry can shoot. Klay Thompson has the most threes in the playoffs out of everyone in the playoffs. And it sucks to admit it as a Suns fan, but right now they're playing the best ball. Let's take a look at the, matchup so far. Golden State averaging 122 points, Denver Nuggets 113. Denver averages 39.5 rebounds, Golden State 35. So they got the rebound column ahead. But Golden State averages 4 more assists per game, 2 more steals, 3 more blocks, and 3 less turnovers. So, yeah. Field goal percentage is kind of even, 53% for Golden State, 48% for Denver. But the 3-point percentage, 42% from 3 for the Golden State Warriors, but also 39% for the Nuggets. So not too much of a difference there. Holy shit. Golden State is shooting 69% from the free throw. That's terrible. How do they do that? They got fucking a bunch of shooters. Probably Andrew Wiggins' ass is driving it down. Andrew Wiggum. Andrew Wiggum and Draymond Green just probably shitting on that percentage because I know Steph's ass making his. But yeah, this game comes on at 10 p.m., which will be actually 7 p.m. for us Pacific Standard Time, guys and girls and whatevers. April 27th, that's today. Look for a close game. Probably, I don't see Denver getting blown out, but I don't see them winning it. It's in Golden State. I see them shutting them down, shutting them out. 7 p.m. Pacific. 8 p.m. Eastern. 9 p.m. Central. 6 p.m. Pacific. 5 p.m. Mountain. 4 p.m. Pacific. 3 p.m. Eastern. 2 p.m. Pacific. 1 p.m. Central. 12 p.m. Mountain. 1 p.m. Eastern. 2 p.m. Pacific. 3 p.m. Mountain. 1 p.m. Eastern. 2 p.m. Pacific. 1 p.m. Mountain. 1 p.m. Eastern. 2 p.m. Pacific. 3 p.m. Mountain. 1 p.m. Eastern. 2 p.m. Pacific. 3 p.m. Mountain. 1 p.m. Eastern. 2 p.m. Pacific. 3 p.m. Mountain. 1 p.m. Eastern. 2 p.m. Pacific. 3 p.m. Mountain. 1 p.m. Eastern. 2 p.m. Yeah. Yeah. So those are my predictions. I got Milwaukee blowing them out, and then I got Golden State maybe making it a 7-point game, but wins it in high fashion. Let's take a look at the next games going on tomorrow. Since this will be a podcast, won't be back until Friday for the Fight Night Friday. You guys know how it goes. Tomorrow's games, we got the Raptors and Sixers. Remember, the Raptors beat the 76ers to, force it 3-2. I'm going to go ahead and say the 76ers win that one. I think they take care of business, and they'll be getting ready for, God damn it, how do I keep forgetting? How the fuck I keep forgetting? They go against the Miami Heat. That's right. So, yeah, don't think too hard about that one. 76ers are going to get the job done. But also tomorrow night, we got the Phoenix Suns versus the Pelicans in New Orleans. It's going to be fucking a rambunctious crowd. But I think the Phoenix Suns will handle it. I think they got it to a point where they're ready to dig in for one last game, get the hell out of the first round, reassess what the hell just went on, why they looked so bad, and then gain the confidence to say, hey, we beat them, we got out of it. Let's look forward. And who will they be playing if they win? Oh, yeah, we got to play the Dallas versus Utah winner. And oh, that's going to be fucking shitty. Okay, yeah, we definitely got to get the hell out of New Orleans now. Have a few days to reassess. Think about what the fuck just went on. And get ready for the winner of that one. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be Dallas. And they're playing right after us. Dallas versus the Jazz. Yo. Is it in? It depends on where it's at. Dallas is the 4, so Dallas, Jazz. I think it's in Utah. I'm pretty sure it's in Utah. I think the Jazz can win it if it's in Utah. That'd be nice. I'm going to go Jazz here. I think the Jazz regroup. They got shitted on last time. I think they wiped that off and come back stronger. Donovan Mitchell got a little bit of an ache in his hamstring. That's okay, though. I think he'll show up. Might even see Bohan Bogdanovic come alive a little bit. Shout out Bohan. Jalen Brunson, he's averaging 28.6. He's the Mavericks' leading scorer so far in the NBA in the playoffs. That's interesting. Jalen Brunson, guy's a beast. But that should segue us right into. Let's look at some of the stat leaders so far this playoff. Starting with the points. This one was interesting. You got number 1 Nikola Jokic. Okay, fair. MVP. Not so, I'm cool with that. Number 2, Jimmy Butler. Hey, playoff legend. Jimmy Butler in the playoffs. Top 5 dead or alive. Don't quote me. At 3, you got Jason Tatum. Okay, the young bucket. The young transitioning bucket going from, that young guy in the league to kind of now he's that veteran. He's seen a little bit of playoff action. I think this is his 4th playoff series or 4th playoffs. He's seen things out there. He's transitioning into that not older as in, age, but that older, more wise kind of player. So I'm okay with that. He's got 29.5 per game. But number 4, we just talked about him, Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson has been putting on for the Dallas Mavericks. A Dallas Mavericks team who really needed someone to put on for them because they had their number 1 guy, Luka Doncic, out. They had him out. And the Mavericks still would go on to go up, I think, 2-1. I think they went up 2-1. Did Luka come back? Nonetheless, Jalen Brunson putting up 28.6 points per game deserves a clap and an applause because that team needed it more than ever. Shout out Jalen Brunson. Number 5, though, this one's a little tricky. Not sure how I feel about it. Brandon Ingram with 28.2. 28.2 points against Mikhail Bridges, who they say They say he's a good defender, like, top 5 in the league, something like a runner-up of Defensive Player of the Year. That's what they were saying yet last night. Newscast, Reggie Miller. I don't know. They know something I don't. But he's putting up 28. That's interesting. Brandon Ingram, this was really a come-out year for his playoffs. The New Orleans Pelicans remind me a lot of Minnesota. They're young. They're not as young, but they got a lot of gunners, a lot of shooters. And they do have a lot of youth on their bench, so I guess they got the youth. But Brandon Ingram coming in at number 5 with 28.2. And then number 6, you got Giannis, and then the Steph Currys, and then Kevin Durant at 8, and then Donovan Mitchell at 9, and Joel Embiid at 10. Anthony Edwards at 11, though. But I thought it was interesting that Jalen Brunson was top 5 right now in points per game in the playoffs. Let's go to another major stat. Oh, I don't know, assist. Guess who's number 1? CP motherfucking 3, baby. CP, yee! At 12 assists per game. Number 2, Ja Morant with 10. Number 3, James Harden with 9. And then it goes down to Draymond Green, but just 7. But guess who's in that top 5 again? Jason Tatum, baby. JT. In that top 5 again, in points and in assists. That's interesting. Because I don't see him as an assist man very, very often. I don't think of him as that. I don't think of him as that at all. Giannis at 7. D'Angelo Russell at 6. That's interesting. Let's go to another one. The total rebounds. Jonas Valanciunas, I bet, with 15.6. Giannis with 14 at 2. Rudy Gobert at 3 with 13. Joel Embiid at 11. Okay, that's pretty cool. That makes sense. Jonas Valanciunas, he's leading it. Interesting. Interessante. Let's go to turnovers per game. Number 1, Trae Young, trash. Kevin Durant, 5.3, trash. Karl Anthony Towns, 5, trash. Jason Tatum, god damn it. I didn't know that about him. He's averaging 5 turnovers a game. 5. Got to hold on to that ball, man. You got Ja Morant at 5 with also he's got 4 turnovers a game. But you know who doesn't have that many turnovers a game? Mikhail Bridges. He only has 0.8. Chris Paul, he's got 1.2. Chris Paul and Jalen Brunson are the only guards within the top 10 least turnovers per game in the playoffs. Yeah, they're the only guards in the top 10 least turnovers per game in the playoffs. That makes sense. Okay. That says something. Jalen Brunson, shout out. He's been handling that ball too. Nice. So that was cool. As the playoffs go on, and as we get more games and more data and more, views, we understand what's going on a little bit more. Those stats will mean a little bit more, and they'll be a lot more valuable as the fucking playoffs go on. I don't know where I'm going with this. Sorry, guys. I've been rambling a little bit today. I'm going to keep it back on track. We went over what happened yesterday. We went over what's going to happen tonight. We went over what's going to happen tomorrow. We went over a few stats. We went over why Jalen Brunson's been a top 5 player in the NBA playoffs so far. And why Jason Tatum might be the best player in the playoffs so far. I don't know. We'll save more of that for next week's episode on Monday when TBloom Talk Show returns with another NBA-style podcast. If you want to hear a little bit more TBloom, you're like, hey, you know what? I've been here Monday. I've been here Wednesday. Let's venture out into the Friday Fight Night UFC Fight Night podcast got going on Friday. Well, whatever your decision is, I'll be here. TBloom Talk Show. TBloom. I'm out.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the TBloom Talk Show. Be sure to subscribe wherever you heard our content so you never miss an episode. For more information or to connect with TBloom, check out TBloom Talk Show on YouTube and Twitter. We'll see you next time.